wrong with the plants? Rose thinks it started with some contamination in the fertilization system. She also thinks it's deliberate sabotage. I hate to think that, but whatever it is, all the vegetation is growing out of control and mutating. The insects too, they're enormous. Your people are in danger. Really? You want me to ask that? Matt and Rose and I managed to get to safety, but the others... Tell me about the exploding pods.
As if the rest of this craziness wasn't enough, the plants are also starting to explode. Get too close to one of those red pods and bam! Come to think of it, everyone who's changed into one of those pod people got blasted first. If I could get one of those pods to study, intact, I might be able to come up with a cure. I suppose a handful of fragments of pods, let's say 10, would do the trick, if you can't manage to collect a whole one. If we don't find a cure, the infection will surge back and we'll all be dead.
And that exploding pod fragment out front, it actually puts a status effect on somebody if they get hit by it. It's a very, very, very long-term status effect, but I'm guessing if it actually counts all the way down, they will die. So I want to try to avoid that. What do you know about the computer? Sometimes I think that thing is more trouble than it's worth. It's supposed to automate all our irrigation and feeding, but it seems like it's on the fritz most of the time. You think someone from Ag Center is behind this? I hope not. I don't want to think that anyone here would do this. We're a happy family. We all want the same thing, to make the wasteland green again. Giant insects, how big are we talking? I saw a fruit fly as big as a bald eagle. It had a stinger like a fucking scimitar. What can you tell me about Rose? Rose is our best researcher. She's in her lab trying to find out what went wrong. But even if she figures it out, she's an old lady. There's no way she could go in there to fix it. That's why we called the Rangers. What others? The researchers and the farmers. They're still out in the fields and greenhouses. We've been watching them dying one by one on the monitors while you butterballs have been off somewhere circle jerking each other. And for some of them, it's been even worse. We already have some pod fragments. Here they are. Great, we're getting there. Keep searching until you find enough for me to complete my research. 10 total should do it. What kind of lab is it? Our research lab, where we experiment with new breeds. It's down the hall to the east. What happened to the researchers? The researchers were in the greenhouses, mostly. A lot of the cameras were obscured by plant growth, so I don't know what happened to them, but there were terrible screams. What happened to the farmers? I'd been watching them dying for hours. I knew those men. They were good friends, and now they're gone. Tell us about the layout of the facility. The east and west greenhouses, where we do most of our testing, are in this building. The west field, where we grow our fruits and veggies, and the east field, which has grazing for our animals and quarters for the farmers, are in the big enclosures on either side. They're probably all destroyed by now. You have a monitor system. Yes, the whole facility is rigged with cameras and an intercom. Though the plant's affected in places, it's been horrible seeing what's going on, but not able to help. What could be worse than death? You saw her, that thing you met out front. She was one of my assistants. All of them were our people, and now they're... I don't know what they are. Pod people? We are investigating a distant signal and need to use your radio dish. Can you tell us where it is? You want to use our radio dish? Now? Can't you see we're in the middle of a fucking crisis? Fuck you, go find it yourselves. Kiss ass. We won't use the dish before we save your people. We promise. We just want to know where it is. Alright, fine. It doesn't matter anyway. The plants overwhelmed the damn thing about 20 minutes ago. We haven't been able to call out since. You want to check it out? It's in the greenhouse just down the hall to the west.
Yes, go. Do your job. I'll open the central airlocks for you now. But remember, we might have people trapped in the greenhouses, so talk to Rose for the door codes.
And this place is huge. Alright, let's talk to old Matt Forrestal here. A lean, square-shouldered guy in a flannel shirt and jeans. He would look trim and healthy if his left arm and leg weren't all wrapped up in bandages, and his face all bruised and sliced up. He winces as he shifts around to look at you, but then gives a big grin as you approach. Angela. Matt, good to see... Oh shit, what happened to you? Hi, Angie. Got hit by one of those exploding pods. Are you okay? Kathy says she can fix me up. Hope so. Hurts like the dickens. Well, take care, Matt. I recognize the uniforms, but not the faces. Y'all must be new recruits. Hope this ain't your first dance, though, 'cause I got the feeling it ain't gonna be a walk in the park. Name's Matt Forrestall, and I guess I'm the boss around here. Used to wear one of them stars, though, back in the day. How did you get hurt? Got a little too close to one of those exploding pods. Now I got a little plant shrapnel souvenir. No big groans deal. What do you do as the boss? Normally, just keep everything organized and humming along. Today, get blown up and fail to help my people, I guess. Sorry, Rangers, I don't mean to be all self-pity and rain clouds. Just having a shitty day. You used to wear the badge? Yes, indeed, I was a ranger, back before old Vargas' hair turned gray and Ace was still just a 3 of clubs. Quit to run the Ag Center after I took a bullet in the gut. Missed any organs, but I just couldn't move like I used to. What are these exploding pods? They're red seed pods that explode when you get close to them. That's what happened to me. Tried to go in and pull one of the farmers out, and a damn pod went off like a grenade. Still haven't got all the shrapnel out either. Stings like damnation. How are your people faring? We've lost a lot of good ones, but I'm damn proud of everyone. We haven't had widespread panic. Tensions aren't spilling over too bad, and folks are doing their honest best trying to help where they can. If you find anyone as you make your way into the complex, I'll make sure you get commendations and compensation for helping them out. Have you heard about Ace's death? Yeah, I heard, but bet I knew before the Rangers did. Damn shame. Wish I could have gone to his retirement party. Hope you kids did him proud. What can you tell me about Ag Center? Damn proud of this place. Signed on here because I figured there were ways other than shooting bad guys that I could make the Wasteland a better place, and make a profit at the same time. Not doing too bad at it either. Got a little distribution deal with the rail nomads, and hopefully soon we'll be keeping the local communities fat and happy. Even Ranger Citadel. Of course, this little crisis might change all that. Serious setback. How did you know about Ace? Heard about it from one of our farmers, name of Skinner. Said he talked to some wandering merchant who'd traveled with him and seen the attack. Recognized Ace by his description, that crazy hair of his. What do you mean by distribution? Well, the food ain't doing any good if it just sits here and rots, is it? I let the researchers figure out the best way of growing things. My job is to get it to the people. Tell me about rail nomads. Yeah, once they get themselves straightened out, we plan to use their rail lines to ship to all our customers. But until we can stop this crisis and make sure the food is safe again, nobody's going to get fed. What do you know about the crisis? Don't know what happened exactly. Rose seems to think our irrigation system's been monkeyed with. Whatever it is, everything in the facility is mutating faster than we can keep track of. The plants are growing weird exploding pods, the insects are as big as bear cats, even the men. I don't know what they're turning into, but it's horrible. It's gotta be stopped. What can you tell me about Skinner? He helps cultivate the fungi in the mushroom caves. Good man, if a little too partial to snake squeezins. Last I saw of him, he was in the mushroom caves looking for his family right after the plants went loco. Who was this merchant? Don't know anything else about him. You're welcome to ask Skinner if he's still alive. Do you know anything about the attack that killed Ace? Sorry, wish I did. Skinner just said the merchant told him it was a strange man, but that was all. Maybe you can get more out of him. Tell me about Rose. One of our researchers, a mentor to all the rest of us. I think she's working down the hall to the left there. How can we stop the outbreak? Well, I don't know if we're going to manage to find a way to reverse all this, but we got to at least stop it from getting worse. And that means we got to get that irrigation system turned off. You already talked to Kathy about that, right? Mushroom caves? They're below the center. You can get to them through the computer room. Perfect for growing fungi down there. Have any snake squeezins? I have no idea what those are. That's some foul stuff, like gin that was made in a bathtub someone died in. Does take the edge off from time to time, though. Okay. And do you have any supplies stocked up that we could use? Things are a little paltry right about now, but I've got some gear you can make use of. Let's sell our junk. Got a good amount of it. He's got some more armor. A hobo basher. Submachine gun. That's the same one we found and didn't decide to use. An assault rifle. Nothing particularly great except the medic packs. I might end up having to buy those, but we will see. We'll sell the TNT. I've never used the pipe bomb, but I think we'll hold on to it. It sounds like it could be useful. It does a lot of damage. wanted to get enough money to buy another thing of armor. Guess we could sell some 12 gauge ammo. And that gives us enough. Alright, and goodbye. Alright, so now both of our kind of fighter people have decent armor. Let's go find... well, let's investigate these rooms off to the side first. A lock and a trap. Well, not a very good chance of disarming the trap, so we're going to move everybody back. You know what, I guess we will get Rose before we do that, since my trap disarmer and my surgeon are the same person. I don't know how damaging that's going to be, but Rose is a surgeon. Rose also has a high-tech artificial left hand and a revolver peeking out from under her lab coat. If it isn't Dr. Rose, still as creepy as ever, I see. Hello, Angela dear. Still as fearful and technophobic as ever, I see. After what I've been through, can you blame me? Robot arms make me nervous. Do you say the same to your old friend Gilbert? I understand he has a new leg now. I hate that thing. I told him not to get it. You would rather he was still lame? Ah, leave me alone. Alright. Oh, sorry to be brusque, children. Everything in this room is an experiment in progress, and not to be disturbed. Now what can I do for you? I assume you're the help that Matthew and Catherine said was coming from the, Rangers Citadel. That's a pretty high-tech left hand you have. Eh? Oh, that. I lost it in a gardening accident. A traveling doctor gave me the new one. Quite a gadget, isn't it? Do you know how it works? Pfft, I'm a botanist, not an engineer, but it's almost as dexterous as the old one. I've gotten quite used to it. I wish I could say the same about the fuel cell that powers it. Fuel cell? What's that? I shouldn't have brought it up. I don't like to talk about it. It's some kind of high-tech power source. The unsettling thing is that the doctor implanted it in my chest. I have a glowing blue gem set right into my sternum. And no, you can't see it. I'm much too old to be flashing my lady bumps. What kind of experiment were you doing? We at the Ag Center are constantly looking for newer, safer ways to improve crop yield and wholesomeness. This lab is where that experimentation takes place. What do you think of Matthew? He's our fearless leader and a dear, dear boy. Things have really improved here since he took over. I hope that exploding pod didn't do him any lasting damage. We need him now more than ever. What's your take on Catherine? She's a bright young thing. I taught her all I know about plants and seeds, and she has gone on to outstrip me in every way. A sponge for knowledge. I hope she can figure out the root of this madness. It's got me stumped. What do you think of the Rangers? I know all about the Rangers. I've been around a long time. After all, I even remember when you took over the Citadel from its former occupants. What can you tell us about the doctor? She said she was from east of the old prison, which is odd now that I come to think of it. Radiation's closed off that way east for years. What can you tell us about the exploding pods? Many of the plants are growing them now. They explode when you get near them. What's strange is some of the infected farmers and researchers are growing pods too, as if they were becoming plants as well. I don't understand it. What do you know about this madness? It has to be contamination in the irrigation system. We feed the plants a brew of nutrients through a series of pipes. I can only think that some strange toxin got into the mixture. Unfortunately, the computer that controls the system seems to be stuck in feed mode, and none of us who made it to the lobby is savvy enough to repair it. You know about the former occupants? Oh yes, the Guardians of the Old Order. I suppose that was before your time, but they gave the Rangers quite a fight. Almost won, in fact. I'm sure your veterans will tell you all about it. The farmers are infected. You didn't see them out in the yard? You're lucky. They're attacking everything that moves, and I'm afraid the poor fellows in the east and west fields will be affected too. The researchers are in trouble. Those men and women are some of my best friends, and now I'm afraid they're changing just like the farmers. If you are willing to dare the greenhouses, you might be able to save some of them. I hope. What can you tell us about the Guardians of the Old Order? As I said, you should ask the other Rangers about them. What can you tell us about the greenhouses? The greenhouses are where we test new species. There's one on either side of the central corridor. I'm afraid a lot of my fellow researchers are trapped in there, if they haven't already transformed. I have the airlock codes to go in there, but I don't know if I dare. Not alone. Do you have the airlock codes? Yes, I have the greenhouse codes, but listen. I want to come with you. I need more samples if I'm going to make sense of this mess. If you let me come with you, I'll take you through the doors myself, and I can help you find your way around. And don't worry, I have a gun. I can take care of myself. What do you say? a gun. Every rose has its thorns, children. Mine's an antique. Can I join you? Yes. Again, don't know if there's any advantages you get from turning her down, but she's not very effective in a fight, but she does have some good skills. She's a very good surgeon, good in computer science. I think that's it, isn't it? Both of those are useful, though. Oh, and a couple in handguns. Which, you know, honestly, I don't like her current handgun. It's more like a shotgun, and it doesn't do much damage. You have to reload it every time. Oh, I can give it away. That actually might come in handy. It uses 12 gauge ammo. Because, see, it wouldn't let me give Angela's stuff away. Oh, strong person. So I figured a character item, she'd be keeping all of her stuff. But this in somebody else's hands might be very useful. Like, she actually doesn't hit anything with it, ever. Though sadly, I do not have another handgun to give her. Oh well. She'll just run around without a weapon. That's literally how useless she is in a fight. Some energy cells, always nice. And some TNT. And be careful if you go in there. I asked one of our techs to secure some of my valuables. I don't think I have the skill to disable the rather aggressive countermeasures on the safe. Well then. I think I can handle that. If we can pick the lock. You'd think she'd at least have the key to the door, wouldn't you? Now let's back up. Oh, it's not even a bad trap. What are you talking about? And another submachine gun. Is this one any better? It is not. Why? Why are there so many submachine guns? Yeah, not any better. Longer range, but still not worth it. Good, get some more 5.56 ammo. And I guess these are Matt and Catherine's rooms, and they'll get annoyed if they go in there with them. But I want to pull any stuff out of them. Hopefully they don't accuse me of stealing. Wow, actually succeeded. Ooh, but that lock. That's a 35% chance of never being able to get in there. So, at least I think of never being able to get in there. So I'll go ahead and wait. We shouldn't be in here. This is Catherine's office. Private. Well, you know what?